Hey, Pisces, intuitive soul coach here with your April 2023 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, so Pisces, you have a very powerful month ahead here. You have the conflict, strength, followed by mending. So whatever obstacles, challenges, difficulties that you have been facing in the prior weeks, days, months, years, I feel like you are finding solutions. There is a regeneration that is happening for you in the month of April. Now, your key themes here, conflict. This is about finding solutions. There may have been a push and pull. It may have felt like a tug of war at every step of the way here, but this is about overcoming those obstacles, finding solutions to any triggers, adversity, opposing views, and competition instead of feeling like the Five of Wands energy, where there's just so much criticism and debate and obstacles to climb through and overcome. I am sensing this energy of an ending or some sort of cycle completing itself or finishing up here, because your final card here in tarot is the World. So there is an ending coming to a situation that has really been difficult for you here. You have the Strength card. This is about you being stronger than you think. It is about you staying determined, persevering through those challenges that have held you back in the past or that have been difficult for you to forge your path forward. This is about overcoming obstacles, which you literally have that saying twice with the conflict and strength. And there's no such thing as coincidence here. Some of you may be focusing on your health because you do have fitness showing up here. This can be taking back your power, reclaiming your power, because a lot of you may have felt a little bit stuck is what I am getting here. You may have felt stuck. You may have been in hermit mode. You may have secluded yourself or felt disconnected from another person, a situation, or even from society as a whole. This is the month that you're persevering and you're hitting that finish line on something that, again, was challenging or difficult for you, that you felt at times this Nine of Wands energy where you had to stay determined. But I'm getting that you've set up a healthy boundary for yourself, where in the past you may have felt like people walked all over you, or maybe you felt like things were out of your control and it left you feeling very stressed out. But there's a completion here with this 9. So I'm really liking this here. Your final theme card is mending. This is about bridging that gap, coming together. That's that Five of Wands as well, where yes, there may have been collaboration required and needed. Someone may have been very competitive. Someone has a very strong view around you, whether this is you, it could be a family member, it could be a spouse, where their views upon the world, they may have been very negative, I'm getting, for some of you, and you got kind of wrapped up in that rabbit hole. You may have started to feel their energy or their projections as well. For others of you, there could have been a disagreement, there could have been a separation, an ending, there could have been a job loss. There's just a cycle here that's been challenging and difficult, but this is the month for you to mend, because you do have this regeneration energy. And I like that all of these cards are really flowing together. So I'm excited to see where this month takes you. You may be forgiving. You have forgiveness showing up multiple times. Someone may be forgiving you, or you're forgiving a situation for how it went down, I'm getting, because some of you may have went through a very difficult situation that may have ended poorly. It may have been based on projections, hurt, pain, and remember, hurt people. And sometimes when you feel attacked or you feel hurt or you feel rejected, sometimes you can project that pain into others, or they can you. So I do feel like there's a gap that is being healed here. Whether it's through therapy, surgery, for some of you, it is repairing. It could be speaking to a therapist, coach, counselor, guide, mentor, healer. It can be you working on it with your partner or with your own self as well. So definitely mending a situation that had caused a lot of conflict. Now, Pisces, let's get to the juicy good stuff here. In the beginning of the month, you have the Seven of Cups and the Hermit. you're deciding to come out of your shell. Do I stay where I'm at here, or do I open up, right? Do I stay? Do I open? I feel like a lot of you have been seeing what your options are, whether that's in career, in your health, within your relationships, any area of your life. I like the Seven of Cups because it is about your dreams, your fantasies, your wishful thinking. But sometimes there can be so many options and you're not quite sure how to narrow it down or to grab it from the thought process to manifest it down to reality, right? That can be a little bit of a difficulty for you to do, Pisces. But I'm getting here that you are making the right choice for you. Trust that you are on the right path. Trust that the choices that you are making now are for your highest good. And some of you really need to hear that here. The Hermit says that some of you have been doing a lot of that soul searching, right? With this Hermit energy. You may have even gained some much needed introspection from some time apart, whether you've done some meditating, soul searching, there's self-knowledge here. I'm also getting that some of you have been rejected, withdrawn, or just felt a little bit lonely due to something here that's caused you to really take a look at your strengths and your weaknesses, right? But I feel like you're choosing to open yourself up because mid-month here, you have the Ace of Wands followed by the Nine of Wands. You're going to stay determined. You're staying determined. You're not giving up, despite at times you may really want to. You may want to throw in the towel, whether it's on a job or relationship or even your own health goals, your own self, whatever this may be. But you're a warrior, Pisces. You may feel like a wounded warrior at times, but you are a warrior nonetheless. When this Nine of Wands shows up, you've been through a lot, but you've persisted through a lot as well. You have the spiritual strength. You have the discipline to not give up because you're almost there. You are closer than you think. You have the world showing up at the end of the month for you. So this is about you chasing those dreams and passions. Some of you, this could be heading towards retirement. You've really wanted to heal your financial situation maybe before you retired, or maybe you wanted to feel like you were in the right place before you could leave the corporate world and go off on your own. For others of you, you felt conflicted when it comes to relationships, dating, or hurt that has happened here in the past, and you've had to muster all of your strength to stay determined and keep that beautiful heart of yours open because yes, it's been stomped on. Yes, you've been hurt. Yes, you've been through disappointing times and loss and challenges. But you have what it takes to open yourself up to this new beginning. This Ace of Wands is beautiful. I love the Ace of Wands. Wands represent inspiration and willpower and desire and passion and spiritual forces that are helping you along the way here. So regardless of what your higher power is, whatever it is that you believe in here, you're being divinely guided on this path, and you're realizing that everything is intertwined. Everything is interconnected here. You have these beautiful lilies. You have these lightning bugs that are lighting the path for you. And you have this spider that is weaving this big, beautiful web, and you're catching what you need to in your web in order for you to manifest. So you have these resources available as well. And I feel like there's support and there's help coming in April, whatever that may look like for you, support and help from the spiritual realm, physical, whether it's financial support, because again, you have this mending, you have this repairing. So whatever it is that you felt you lost, or it felt difficult to navigate through, I feel like you're receiving more blessings into your world, especially mid-month here. Now, towards the end of April, you have the Knight of Cups followed by the World. There is your apology. If you've been wanting an apology from a loved one who's hurt you, or if you've been wanting to open your heart up to a love for what it is that you do to make a living for another person, for a child, for a lover, whatever this may be, I feel like there's an opportunity for you to open your heart here and mend the situation with the Knight of Cups because the Knight of Cups follows their heart. This could be a proposal. This could be a romantic trip. It could be someone who makes a decision based on their heart instead of ration, right? Sometimes you may feel at times like your emotions get the best of you. This is Cups energy. This is you. And sometimes you may not feel like you're able to make the decisions because the heart comes in and muddies everything, right? You have these emotions of love and anger and forgiveness and all these things at times that can come from a difficult situation here, Pisces, but you're wrapping up a cycle. Excuse me. And that cycle here is a victory, right? And it's going to open your heart up to chasing those dreams, those passions, those desires, those relationships, those goals, whatever it is for you. You're opening up to this new happy completion here, victory, rewards. Finally, a sense of closure for some of you as well. This could even be travel. Knight of Cups may have a passion to travel, to help people. Airbnbs here, hospitality. You may want to travel back to maybe your homeland or a home place that you feel like is home to you. It doesn't mean you had to have grown up there. Some of you, there could be an energy of visiting home or visiting family. Let's see what else. When it comes to career and money, you have here the face card and you also have the heart. So when you have the face card here, this is about you utilizing those beautiful money skills that you have, Pisces. And you know what I'm talking about. Even if you're thinking, Melissa, I'm not good with money, I overspend. Deep down, you know what to do. And this emotional spending could be a side effect from, some sort of pain. You may be trying to fill that void, fill that gap. What did we talk about here with the mending? This is about you bridging the gap in healthier ways instead of, maybe overspending. You are supported. Now, this is about you having a job that you love, and we just talked about that as well. Some of you may be counselors, guides, or maybe you're seeking out a counselor or guide. This is about you being fully supported. Now, there could be joint finances coming in here. There could have been conflict between you and a partnership over finances, over money matters as well. It could even be between you and family members. It may have been a little bit of a tug of war. You have the face card. So this is about investing your time, money, energy into things that bring you happiness. This is about you taking a risk, opening your heart up, face value, putting yourself out there, exposure. Some of you, it's fame. It can be your reputation is on the line here. Literally, you have this conflict, which almost looks like a line, but I do feel like it's been pushed and shoved due to adversity, due to competition, maybe the market being saturated, whatever that is here for you. But if you stay authentic to who you are, if you stay authentic to your gifts, stay in this determination and this strength card, you're really going to find yourself in a position that is far more favorable than whatever this conflict was for you. So when it comes to love, some of you, there could have been deception. Deception doesn't always have to show up in the form of cheating or lying or, trying to get away with something, but it can be a difficult, maybe even conversation where someone hid the truth because maybe they were trying to spare feelings, right? They may try to think that little white lie wouldn't have caused mayhem, but maybe it did, right? Some of you, this could be, you felt deceived because someone wasn't appreciating your work or the things that you've done. So deception can show up in many, many different forms. It can stem from, even childhood or not feeling seen or heard. Whatever this is for you, I feel like you are overcoming this cycle of whatever had deceived you in the past because someone may have been wearing a false mask. Someone may have not been completely honest with their motives, with their intentions, or they may have not been upfront with you, and it may have caused your heart a little bit of pain, and you're repairing that here. Some of you, this did involve marriage, a high-level commitment, a wedding. It could be someone you are currently with, and maybe you know this is your person, and that's why you want to mend it, you want to heal it. But it's caused a lot of difficulties. There have been a lot of conflicts. And when the both of you can take a look at those triggers, when you can take a look at it from a brand new view and realize that, yes, you may both have different views, but you can agree to disagree. And it doesn't mean that you are not right for each other. It just means you're on the same team. And you got to remember, there is no I in team. So when the both of you can work together and you can overcome those obstacles, this is when you can really come together and mend that gap that there may have been between the both of you, especially if you know that this is your person. For those of you that are single, there certainly could be an opportunity for you to heal from a past situation in order for you to follow those passions. You have the Knight of Cups. This is possibly a love offer coming in your direction that may lead to possibly marriage, a high level commitment, or even, even moving in together, bridging that gap in one way, shape, or form. I'm getting here death energy, especially with the rejuvenation card, that something has been transformed in a very important relationship in your life. So whatever you want to do with that transformation is completely up to you, but you're thinking about it. You have the Seven of Cups. What are my options? Do I want to stay in this union? Do I want to heal this? Do I want to walk away? Do we want to move in together? So there's a lot of questions that you're asking yourself, but it's important also to communicate and work together if this is a person you are dealing with. Now, messages from your spiritual team, your guides, ancestors, loved ones. Right away, you have forgiveness, and that's showing up here for you a couple of different times. You have that in the mending. And sometimes when we forgive or we give an apology or receive an apology, forgiveness is a lot of times about ourselves, because we can be carrying guilt, we can be carrying resentment, anger, bitterness. And when we can truly forgive a person for something that they've done, it doesn't mean that what they've done is okay, but it means that we're not going to project anger, bitterness, and resentment at them every single time you think of them, connect with them, or have a conversation with them. And whether this is your energy or someone else's around you, forgiveness is important. Holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness in its own right is equally and incredibly powerful, and it has the capacity to heal and transform. And you have the mending and the regeneration. So some of you may be thinking, I could never forgive that person for what they did, or I could never forgive my mom for the way that she's treated me. I can never forget that boss for what they did. They let me go. Whatever the challenges are and were for you, Pisces, in the past, forgiveness is about you going through that soul journey, right? And you learning those lessons and releasing some of that lower vibration frequency that some sort of trauma or pain has caused, right? Some of you, there could be a relationship with your own children or with your own parents as well, because we do have here a child's love. There may have been a child that deceived you as well, I'm getting. The love between a parent and a child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our time on earth. Children start out as a part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves as the bigger part of our hearts. So there could be something with childhood wounding, parental wounding, healing required here as well. Please take that as it resonates. And we have the Listen card. You actually had 3 cards show up here. And if you're noticing this pattern here, I certainly did as I was pulling the cards, and you are persevering and you're coming out of a situation that, again, may have been a little bit disheartening for you. You have the Listen card. You have to be willing to listen, Pisces, if you really want to understand someone. Now is not the time to be offering advice, but to be a compassionate listener. To listen fully and intently means to pay attention, not just to what is being said, but to what lies beneath the words. So many times people listen to respond. They listen to react. They don't always hear what the other person is saying, because immediately they're thinking of how they want to respond to what that person is saying without even listening to them fully at 100%. When we truly listen to someone without interruption, we let them tell us what they need to tell us, and we can dissect it, take it in, right? When we can fully understand it, maybe that's a better word than dissect. We can fully understand what this person is saying, what their true feelings are behind it, then we can work through it, and then we can respond. So listening is a big thing showing up here. Because sometimes, again, as mentioned earlier, we project. We immediately, we put up our fight or flight, and we retaliate. We project. We may sabotage. We may throw out harsh words or unkind actions, whatever this may be for you. But this is a time for you. You've grown. There's closure. There's maturity here as well. Now, some of you beautiful souls may be asking, am I on the right path? Especially with the Seven of Cups here, especially with the conflict and the strength and the mending. I mean, boy, oh boy, Pisces, if this is your reading, yes, you've gone through a lot. And you may be questioning this, not just once or twice, but many times. Am I even on the right path? What am I here for? What am I learning? What am I doing? Why is this repetitive? Sometimes we second guess what we are doing and we lose trust in the process and we question if we are even on the right path at all. Know this, Pisces, you are on the right path. Keep going, keep believing, and keep remembering that you made a soul contract that you are currently fulfilling in every area of your life. Even if you can't see it, that doesn't mean it's not real. Today's soul action, today's search for all the ways you are aligned with your soul's purpose. The signs will appear. Let this newfound trust fuel your next steps. Yes, I love this for you, especially closing up this cycle. I love how your month is ending here with the Knight of Cups and the World, especially with this Ace of Wands. So yes, you may still be going into April with this Hermit energy and the Seven of Cups, but come around that maybe full moon energy or even new moon, you're going to see a lot of shifts happening, and you may be just taking a step back, pausing, reflecting, reevaluating before you move forward. Now, your power animals, you have here horse spirit. Freedom is yours. Now, some of you may see, they're giving me a baby. Is that a colt, a baby colt, a baby horse? They're showing me that there is a new sense of freedom. And you know, when a baby horse is born, it kind of, it wobbles a little bit before it can gain its footing. I do feel like there is a situation that may feel new to you. It may feel a little bit foreign. It's a fresh new beginning, but flow with it, because this is freedom. This is birth. This is enlightenment. And I feel like you're going to move forward on your path here. Now, some of you may be 33 years old, 34 years old, or 46 years old. Or you may be seeing 3s and 4s. I mean, you have here 3, 4, 6 showing up. So 3s, 4s, and 6s may be something that shows up more in your energy. You also have hummingbird spirit. Be here now. Be here in the moment. Don't let past arguments come into current arguments or current situations. Don't let past thoughts, feelings, experiences overtake your today, right? Yes, it's important to acknowledge them. It's important to feel them so we can heal them and release them, but don't hang on to them and bring them up every single time, because that means we haven't fully healed, right? This is about being here in the now. A hummingbird, they have very high energy, high frequency. They flutter from one flower to another in search of that sweet nectar. That is your goal as well. Keep things light, keep things sweet, and vibrate at that higher energy, Pisces. And last but not least here, you have regeneration. And I love when this card came up here, because some of you, there could have been, again, a death of a situation, or you may have felt like you've hit rock bottom, but this is all about rebirth. It's about second chances and brand new opportunities. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or a loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. Okay, they're giving me something very specific, so please take this as it resonates. Some of you may have had cancer. Okay, this may have been a cancer scare, or maybe you had cancer. There was a removal here, whether it was you or someone in your family, but there's regeneration coming in. And they're also giving me wild blueberries, and in the midst of this, it almost looks like a wild blueberry. And if you do not know about wild blueberries, there could be a fire that comes in, as you can see here with the volcanic ash, and there could be a fire that completely comes in and destroys everything. But wild blueberries will not only grow back where there was fire, but they'll grow back more hardy than before. They can thrive. They literally are the energy of that phoenix rising from the ashes. So that's why wild blueberries not only resemble this regeneration, but they are a power food when it comes to healing, healing on a body mind level, especially things that we are told that we cannot heal, right? That there is no cure for. So if some of you need that extra revitalization, for some of you that do struggle, of course, please see the disclaimer in the description box below. I'm not a medical professional, but wild blueberries are a super food. They are something that can help you feel more revitalized and more rejuvenated than a lot of things that we eat these days. So that's not going to resonate with every single one of you, but if you look closely, it really looks like a wild blueberry right there on that card. So rejuvenation and regeneration is showing up here for you. Whatever difficulties that you have had on your soul's journey, you're definitely coming to an end of this cycle. So you can be like that baby horse, newfound legs, finding its place in the world, but you're reclaiming your power and you're going to have the freedom in order for you to move forward. And actually, look at this. I didn't even notice, but they're just pointed to the strength card, and this is horses as well. So my goodness. Yep, this is all about you having that freedom and overcoming obstacles. Thank you so much for being here and tuning in, Pisces. If this resonates, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly does help get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Feel free to share, like, comment, hit that subscribe and bell button if you haven't already. Thank you so much for being here and tuning in. Lots of love.